one of all employees. I'm going to the platform. All employees. All employees. Repeat, all employees. All employees. Repeat, I am one of all employees. I'm going to the platform. I am one of all employees. I'm going to the platform. All employees.
I's been bigger cookie, bitch taking breath, you still a rookie. I's been bigger nookie, bag your girl, now she my goodie. I's been Dono, no Gucci, my T white, I make it look bougie. I's been moving so groovy, I'm with your girl, we're making a movie.
Future Marks generated this shit.
I's been bigger and gold, bitch taking bread, no threshold. DD tell your girl to stop calling, don't wanna talk, put her on hold. I's been bigger and gold, your girl in my shit, she get trolled. DD, I know that you ballin', she fell in love, she liking the mode. I'll eat you up, just know that I carry. Yo, go on top, I call her my cherry. Can't get enough, now she wanna marry. Yo, God, she been getting wetty. In my DMs, she getting chatty. She shaking her ass, yo, girl got a fatty. She on my lap, she calling me daddy. Like Asmin been getting that ass. Like Asmin, you making me spaz. With Diddy, she moving with sass. With Asmin, she taking the class. Like Asmin, stepping on gas. Growing it up, no cutting the grass. I'm moving up while DDG last. D playing checkers while I playing chat. D playing checkers while I playing chat. I's big and gold, bitch taking bread, make it look gold. You still a newbie, you in my world. I'm getting click, you get a scroll. just like my brows. Meet you on Fortnite if you meet me on Wow. Carry the cash, they call me a cow. She wanna stay, she making a vow. DDG ass, he looking for clout. Cranberry juice, I'm spitting them out. DDG press, he riding my route. Saying he rich, I'm pressing that doubt. DDG sad the way that she need me. He smoking Reggie at DDG tweaky. She on my sticky, she acting all freaky. She already left, your girl moving sneaky. Esmond been getting ass. Esmond been getting stacks.
セックスやりたいな気持ちいいなセックス気持ちいいな僕はセックス大好きいつもセックス毎日やりたいセックスチンコをマンコに入れたいな気持ちいいな入れたい鼻血が出るほどいいマンコは気持ちいいぬるぬるしていいもしもしセックス please 僕はセックス大好きチンコが硬い I love セックス I love you でもやっぱりマンコが一番ぬるぬる毎日入れたいなケツの穴にも入れたいかもしれないな I love セックス every day 僕はセックス大好き一番大好きセックスやりたいな少しだけマンコをペロペロ少しだけマンコをペロペロ少しだけマンコをペロペロ少しだけマンコをペロペロ僕はセックス大好きいつもセックス毎日やりたいセックスチンコをマンコに入れたいな気持ちいいな入れたい僕はファミリーマートで立ち読み毎日セックスマジやりたい Give me セックス僕はセックスやりたい生麦生米生ハメ中出し中出し中出し大好き中出し中出し中出し大好きもしもしセックス please I love セックスもしもしセックス please I love セックス僕はチンコをマンコに入れてヌルヌルヌルヌルしたいんだよヌルヌルヌルヌルおいしいマンコヌルヌルおいしいマンコ僕はセックス大好きいつもセックス毎日やりたいセックスチンコをマンコに入れたいな気持ちいいな入れたい僕はセックス大好きいつもセックス毎日やりたいセックスチンコをマンコに入れたいな気持ちいいな入れたい
She walks in like a wildfire, neon in the night, horror and hellfire. Yeah, she's burning up the lights. Every salty comments, just another spark she bends. She turns their crying into content. That's the message that she sends. And all the fanboys tremble. They don't know how to cope. Every meltdown in her mentions gets dragged without hope. They call her mommy hellfire like she's some kind of myth. Empress of the salt storm, crowned with every angry riff. She's the queen of your delusion, standing tall above the noise. All your rage just fuels her power. All your tears become her voice. They worship every movement like she's lightning in the dark. She doesn't need your praise, but she ignites it like a spark. Oh, horror and hellfire, mommy of the meltdown empire. Salt in the sky as the fanboys cry. She turns every tantrum into fire. Yeah, Empress Gooner, Empress old mommy. They idolize her, falling down like zombies. She just laughs as the chaos grows. Fast-paced heartbreak, that's the show. She reacts like a comet, leaving trails across the screen. Every salty fanboy shouting, but she's ruling like a queen. Mommy Gooner, that's the name they whisper in the threads. Not because she needs the title, cause she's living rent-free in their heads. The jealousy is rising like a tidal wave of pain. Every fanboy throwing shade just keeps repeating her name. She's the storm they can't escape, the myth they try to claim.
What is up, everybody? What is the freaking up? I know I usually do these on Saturdays, but if you guys are paying attention in my server, I said that I have to evaluate when I start doing these, because the last few months I've had chaos going on in the mornings. So yeah, that's a thing. If you haven't noticed, there is a new, I say new, Dono goal that I've got up. I do need to grab something really quick though. Where is it? Yep, alright, copy that. Totally forgot to pull this in here, so you guys can see it. Whoop. Make that a little bit bigger. This is where we're gonna be at for Dono stuff going forward. He didn't do anything. There are a couple of videos of his that I'm gonna react to. I don't always react to people for bad shit, okay? Sometimes I react to people that I like. He just so happens to be one of the newer people that I've come across through Alex and Fratanga. But he has a video that came out a day ago about mental health. And while it isn't necessarily assault content, mental health awareness is extremely important to me. I was an advocate in the military for those with mental health strugglers, with suicide awareness, prevention, and if you guys aren't already aware, the military saved my life a little less than a decade ago. So it's important to me to talk about this stuff. That's why we're bringing him up today, at least first, because this is important to me. I haven't watched the whole thing, but the sentiment is good, so I want to talk about that. Also, Happy New Year, guys. Like I was saying, new goal for the year is the VTuber model. If we hit 1 grand, I read a Harmon book on stream again. There'll be a wheel, like I said before. We hit 2. We have a Wheel of Pain 2.0. Same thing as what happened with Assassin's Creed Shadows. I spin that bitch, figure out which one I have to complete on stream. It's okay, Random Boy. You guys assume, because maybe you haven't been here for very many, that I always go over people I dislike. So I want to start off with this, even if it might be a bit of a downer. It's important to me. So why don't we go ahead and go over this one first? It is on 2x speed. It's just what I'm going to do, because there's so many of these that we got to go through today in a matter of like an hour and a half, 2 hours. So let's start.
All right, so I kind of feel bad because this wasn't supposed to be today's video. Today's video was supposed to be about The Legend of Zelda 40th anniversary. I may do that tomorrow, but when I go to make a video, I formulate the video in my head, and I come downstairs and I film the video. And if there is something in my head that's not allowing me to talk about what I want to talk about, I realize there's a problem. And I kind of made a video like this last week, but yesterday, January 1st, first of the year, roughly 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, I received one of those punch-to-the-gut text messages that just sent me into a bit of a spiral, sent me into a bit of a dark mindset. And I realized that, we're going to talk about mental health today, folks. And I think it's appropriate because
I think that this is very admirable by RGT. And I know all of us deal with it to some extent, where something just comes up and you cannot get your head off of it. You can't get your brain to move off of it because it's affected you so badly. And a lot of us through 2025 have had losses. We've had extremely stressful situations come up. So I think it's good to start the year thinking about how you're going to prepare for that stuff in 2026. Because we know there's going to be shit flying already. We started out the year with an invasion in Venezuela. Or Venezuela, whatever. Shit's going to get weird. Shit could get bad. We should be prepared.
Because obviously Kai Cenat, a large content creator, I'm not really familiar with his work. I've seen clips of him and stuff like that. But he talked about mental health, and a lot of people were like, oh, why is he talking about mental health? What does he have to worry about? Blah, blah, blah. Which is insane.
It is insane. It's fucking stupid. It's fucking stupid. I know plenty of people who are very well off that are still battling depression, that are still battling mental illness. To think that mental health does not apply when you are rich. Do I need to point out all of the people that are rich that have taken their own lives? Anthony Bourdain, Kurt Cobain, Robin Williams, or 3 off the top of my head that I can think of. All gone. Because they had lost battles with mental health. So to say that it doesn't exist for people because they're rich is pretty fucked up, and you probably have a mental illness of your own by saying that, if you say that, or think that.
Thing to think about, but it makes perfect sense, because no disrespect, ladies, but the society that we live in treats men's mental health as a shit show. It's not real. It's not real. Because God forbid, a Taylor Swift, a Beyonce, one of these large female content creators made a statement like that, nobody would say, oh, that person has a lot of money. They would be all, concerned about it, but since it's a man...
I'm one of those that disagrees. I'm one of those that disagrees with this. No, I'm not disagree with the fact that people think this way in general. I disagree with this mentality, period. My husband is someone that struggles with mental health problems because of his military experience. I think it is beyond fucked up to have a double standard with men and think that these things cannot affect them. Because suicide affects men way more than it does women. There are way more of those documented than female. That's undeniable. Undeniable.
Then you can make jokes. Then you can talk about things. Then you can say, oh, well, he's just faking it. He has nothing to worry about. And it's a societal thing. I get it. When your grandpa used to come home from a long day of work, he'd drink 6 beers, and then, oh, how's your day, honey? Fine. And that's something I still do. Like, it could be a terrible day. How's your day? Fine. Everything's fine. Because we're preconditioned to not put our problems, onto other people. But obviously that was a video I think he made for his viewers. I don't necessarily think he made that for himself. I think he made that for his viewers to show them, hey, everyone goes through mental health issues. Take care of yourself. And to bring it all back full circle, yesterday, roughly 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, I received a text message that was like a punch to the gut. And I initially got very angry. I used to have anger problems growing up. My right hand, there's a lot of damage going on here from punching things in my youth. And I got that angry again. And it's about a situation that I've talked about before on this channel involving, my stepdad. I'm not going to get into the details about what is going on because...
For the record, I apologize for whatever is going on with you. You have my sympathies, RGT. I hope it all resolves itself. 100%. I don't know you personally. Just... I and my community are with you on this one. Hopefully, everything goes well. Also, shout out to the wrestling memorabilia in the background. Fuck yeah.
It's really nobody's business. But I think people can take away something from this, because this is a situation that is going to get worse before it gets better. Because as you are aware, I have done several things to try and help him out, including a bunch of stuff that, people don't know about. Because I'm not someone who likes to parade, oh, look at me, I'm doing all this stuff for people. I'm a good person. I don't want people to think I'm a good person. I want people to think I'm a vile, horrible creature from the abyss. And, obviously this is not a physical situation that we're just dealing with him. It's also a mental situation. And it's going to get worse before it gets better. And then after this, I call someone who's well-versed on the individual and the situation, and then you find out that there's a lot of things you didn't quite know about that person. And there's a lot of things that you were protected from that person, as far as...
That's one thing I absolutely fucking hate, is when people around you and family, which includes family members, hide shit. Because they want you to be protected. They want your feelings to be protected. Anybody who plans to have kids or has already had kids, do not hide shit from them. Do not hide traumatic shit from them. They will resent you for it in the future. It will cause more damage than good. I'm 100% I've had this experience. Don't do it. Good morning, butt chug. I hate that guys get told to be a man when showing emotion. If anything, showing emotion is a sign of strength. Absolutely. Absolutely, a random boy. I 100% agree. Best friend has anger issues and he's a lot better now. Good. I used to have really bad anger issues. Up until recently, actually. I've gotten those mostly under control. You guys have yet to actually see me get violently angry online. I've gotten close. Oh, I've gotten close recently. there's a situation in October, November that got me very damn close to losing my freaking mind and going absolutely nuclear on several people that I consider friends. Thankfully, I'm not that person anymore, so I handle it a lot better. But yeah, I feel like I'm missing context, like a lot of context. I will reiterate, we are watching this video about mental health from RGT85 because it's important to me as somebody who used to represent service members who have mental health issues, who have required aid from like suicide prevention, and yeah, it's important to me, so I wanted to talk about this first and get it out of the way before I got into anything else. I can tell you from experience, I've had a parent hold shit for me for 20 years, and I still am a bit annoyed by it. Yeah. They didn't hold it for me for very long when it came to my situation, but it made me incredibly angry because it hurts so much more. And I won't get into what it is, but I will just say that somebody I loved deeply passed away, and while I was a freshman in high school, and they kept it from me until like a week later. And my sister and I were just devastated because we thought that person was okay, and they weren't. So, yeah. Anyways,
some of their habits and the things that they have done. And then you ask that person, why? Why would you protect me from that? And they say, because I didn't want you to feel bad about it. You know, if people wanted to look at me like the bad guy, then look at me like the bad guy. And that struck a nerve because what the hell did I just say a few minutes ago? If I want people to think I'm not a great person. And I was like, huh. So then you have to look at the situation and come to a realization, a very scary realization. It's a similar realization that you have with someone with substance abuse problems. And I've had a lot of friends in life with substance abuse problems. And it's that realization that the person you're helping in that current stage isn't necessarily the person you knew before. You're looking at it from a different lens, a different perspective. And unless that person wants to change.
Thank you for the 5 here, Culture. I had anger issues in my youth. It later morphed into me being a smartass, constantly making extremely sarcastic jokes and every opportunity. Yeah, I'm a lot like that too. I'm very cynical. I can be very sarcastic. It's okay, butt chug. It happened. It's a long time ago. That was like almost 20 years ago. But yeah. I used to have very bad anger issues because I was severely bullied. And it took me a long time to grapple with that. And it took me, even though I was generally a very kind person, it was very hard for me to get over that anger issue, and it was hard for me to cope. So I know what it's like to be that way. Yeah, it's never fun, but it has turned into being very sarcastic, being very blunt when I talk to people. Yeah. So you'll see, that's why I'm very sarcastic, and I'm very much careful with what I say outside of that. Ongoing trust issues. Same. That's why nobody in this community knows what I look like. Spectre almost met me in person. But nobody in this community actually knows what I look like. And I do that for a reason. Because the internet is a scary place, and people can fool you. So, yeah. Anyways.
Change a little bit inside of themselves. You could do everything in the world. You could give them all the money in the world, set them up for success, put them in treatment centers and stuff like that. But unless that person wants to change, there's a very good chance that the change is never going to come. It has to come from within. And I've kind of taken a step back. Also, my therapy session it was canceled this week because it's a holiday. I didn't expect anything to happen, but so thank you for listening to me ramble. You take a step back and you look at the situation, and then you realize something, which is probably a bigger punch to the gut than the text message was. You're looking at the situation with childlike eyes. You're handling a situation based on someone you think you're helping, but it's not who you're helping. The person that
yeah, that's not even just with addiction to narcotics or alcohol or just substances in general. People can be addicted to other things like gambling or pornography, and they can act a very similar way. You think that you're helping them when the best thing you can do is be tough. Sometimes they have to help themselves before you can help them. And if they're not willing to do that, it can be very hard. It can be very, very difficult to divorce yourself from a situation for their own well-being or future well-being.
That you created in your head, this person, it's not the person that they really are. They've kind of put on a bit of a stage play. And when you kind of look at the situation, and like, well, why isn't this person doing anything? Why isn't this person doing anything? Why isn't this person doing anything? And you start to realize that those people have actually known the individual just as long as you have, if not even a little bit longer. And bridges obviously got burned.
I'll put it to you like this. I don't want to say what happened, but what happened affected my family's relationships when alcohol is being involved. It's very painful to watch. Oh, it's extremely painful to watch. First step to recovering is admitting there's an issue. Exactly. Exactly. And sometimes that is not very easy. Sometimes that is extremely difficult. It's extremely, extremely difficult. But it's unfortunately something that probably all of us have had to look at, had to watch, because it is so prevalent still. Unfortunate, but true.
Hands that were feeding were bit. And eventually you walk away. And I never understood that. I never understood that. But in this situation, I think I'm starting to realize why certain people like just kind of said, hey, I've done what I can do, and I don't think that there's anything else that I can really do with this. But when the person is a stubborn person, they villainize everyone. It's everyone else's problem. It's everyone else's fault. And like you feed in.
It's also a thing of you got to realize that you could be enabling that person. Being kind and trying to help them at any cost can be enabling their behavior. It could be allowing them to continue and worsen their behavior. And sometimes you just can't do that.
Into it because you think, they're looking out for your best interest, but maybe they're not. I'm not saying that there's anything sinister going on. I'm just saying that the person that you thought you've been doing this stuff for is a person that you're looking at with childlike eyes from 20, 30 years ago. And that might not be, because there's a perfect example. People only let on to other people what they want to, And I'm the same way. I only tell you guys what I want you guys to know, what I want you guys to know about me. There's a lot of things that happen in my life that I don't talk about. This is, because I'm not here to make people sympathize with me. I'm just here to entertain people. But I feel like if there's a situation where other people can hear something and realize that, hey, at some point in time, you have to protect yourself. You have to protect your boundaries. You have to look out for yourself. You can't sacrifice everything in the world to try and help someone else who maybe doesn't necessarily want to help themselves or isn't necessarily the person that you thought you were helping. And that doesn't make you a bad person. That doesn't make you a bad person because people, at the end of the day, they have to want to be able to help themselves. And I've lost many friends.
Bingo. People have to want to help themselves. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. You can try to help as much as you can. But if they don't want the help, and they don't want to change, there really is no point. There really is no point. Because it's not going to do anything. They're going to keep doing what they're doing.
To drugs and bad situations. And it's just like, you have to look at the situation and realize you did all you could. You tried your hardest. And you didn't fail, necessarily. It was just there was nothing you could do. And things like this, they weigh on your mind. And they, it's tough. It's tough. So I say all that to say, like, everyone has shit going on in their life. And a lot of it is fuck-ass shit. That's the worst type. Don't be afraid to reach out to people.
Yeah, fuck-ass shit is 100% the worst. It's 100% the worst. It's fucking stupid. It's so fucking stupid, and you wish it wouldn't happen. But it does. And he's gonna say what I'm gonna say about it.
Don't be afraid to talk about it. And if someone wants to talk shit about you, tell them to fuck off. And their opinion is pointless. There's always gonna be people who disagree with you. Don't worry about those people. Don't worry about those people, because at the end of the day, people feel things. People's emotions can jump from one person to the next. Not everyone is created the same way. That's why some people will cry at a scene in a movie and some people won't. It's because everyone is built differently emotionally. But 2026 is gonna be the year that we take care of ourselves, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna take care of our mentals, and we're going to get through this year together. It's not always going to be easy. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be disappointment. There's going to be sadness. There's going to be despair. And there's probably going to be some depression mixed in the mix as well. But you know what? We're going to come out the other side. We're not going to let life beat us down. We're going to make the most of the situation. I love all you guys. Thank you for watching me talk about video games. I hope you're able to take away something from this. And I'll catch you tomorrow. Later.
Between delaying earnings.
I agree with him wholeheartedly. I've helped several people in this community when they've had a hard time. It may seem like I might be hard to approach sometimes, but I'm really not. I'm happy to listen. if you need somebody to talk to. Because I would rather that you have somebody to talk to than cause yourself harm. That's just how it is. So please, 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 if you're feeling like you're having a crisis, like you need to talk to somebody, please talk to somebody. Somebody you trust. Somebody that you can, whose words have meaning to you, have significance to you. Because I said it earlier, this year could be an absolute fuckfest. We don't know. We don't know. But it most likely is, because it's how it's been for the last couple years, actually. There's been fuck-ass shit happening over and over and over, and people need to realize they've got other people in their corner to talk to so they can handle that and manage it. But now that we've gotten through that, that's out of the way. Let's get into the actual salt shit. I've heard that there is a security breach with Ubisoft. So I wanted to learn a little bit about that. I know several people talked about it, but I chose to put Vera's video in here. If you don't like Vera, understandable, but I at least want to get informed on some of this stuff, and I think people should be informed. The best tool in anyone's arsenal is the ability to listen, not even kidding. Exactly. Mental health is health. Exactly. Blast and Oleander got it 100%. Fuck the haters, bruh. Fuck the haters. But let's see what's going on with Ubisoft, yeah?
Between delaying earnings reports, their stock tanking, this creative venture with Tencent having no information released about it, and multiple games...
Also, fuck Ubisoft. Fuck Ubisoft. Fuck them all the way to hell. Stealing like $30 from me. Because they can't fix their shit with Assassin's Creed DLC. Although I'm grateful that they did. I would rather take the $30 hit than have to play that game anymore. But still, fuck Ubisoft.
Failing, Ubisoft has faced a lot of problems, and it looks like it's only going to get worse because they have just suffered one of the biggest security breaches in gaming history. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or YouTube memberships. Now, I don't necessarily feel bad for Ubisoft, but I do feel bad for all of the players who are going to be affected by this now, because we are talking about an insanely large security breach that would make me feel uncomfortable to play any more Ubisoft games in the future. Now, the hackers did specifically target Rainbow Six Siege, but it is much worse than that, because they had targeted Rainbow Six by giving players billions of dollars worth in-game currency, then used that as a distraction to steal the source code for almost every Ubisoft game ever made. Yes, this is an insane situation. So here is one of the many articles on it. Rainbow Six is under siege by hackers. Ubisoft forced to take all servers offline. Players randomly received billions of credits, ultra-exclusive skins, and bans or unbans.
Wow. Wow, that's fucked. And it's just Rainbow Six Siege. That's one of the biggest ones that's kind of stuck around. Oof. Mega oof. That's super mega oof, but I'm not surprised. Ubisoft will never learn that that's the problem. No, they won't. They never will. Sorry. I'm getting an important text. Apologies. Alright, back. Yep, always the money. Always the money. Ubisoft, you can't own your games. Well, you can't have your source code then. Never give Ubisoft PlayStation any of your sensitive data ever. Exactly. Never, ever, ever, because it always gets hacked.
The company confirmed on X at around 9:10 a.m. Eastern on Saturday that there was an incident with the title with its service status.
Rainbow Six may have issues. At least it's not called Black Ops 7. Exactly. How about I use an Ubisoft statement against the company? If we should get used to not owning our games, then Ubisoft should get used to not knowing their own source code. Exactly.
This page reporting an unplanned outage across all platforms as of the time of writing. While the company is yet to acknowledge what caused the disruption, there have been numerous reports of players receiving 2 billion R6 credits and renown, as well as developer-only skins, and Glacier's one of the rarest weapon skins in the game. There have also been claims of random bans or unbans affecting everyone from ordinary players to high-profile and streamer accounts. Because of the ongoing chaos, players have been advised to stay offline, especially as it seems that this is more than just a simple hack. Instead, it looks like it's a massive breach with Ubisoft losing total control of the game's backend. The company has yet to explain what is happening, especially as it's likely still trying to figure out what's going on and how it can regain control of the game. But this silence has led to frustration amongst players, and yes, you need to be updating people. You need to be telling them what is going on, how long it's going to be. You need to be giving details, and this is a big problem with a lot of companies now.
So, this is also what sounds like an OPSEC problem. This is a cybersecurity problem, which it sounds like your employees are doing fuck-ass shit, and they're not protecting your assets. It could be an inside job, too. My question is, how the hell did somebody get a hold of the back-end data? How the hell did they get a hold of the back-end? Fucking makes you think, doesn't it? This is so fucking terrible. It really is. It's really fucking terrible. It's really fucking stupid. I remember a hacker hacked PlayStation Store, and afterwards they hired the guy that hacked the cybersecurity. Kind of based. It's kind of based. It is kind of based. And I think as long as they didn't really do anything super damaging, yeah, I can understand them hiring the person. But still, yeah, Ubisoft, get your fucking shit together.
They try to stay silent on issues until they no longer can, and I think that really is what's happening here. Now, this right here is the only statement we've gotten, but it's from the Rainbow Six team, which I suppose is technically still Ubisoft, but they haven't put out a press release or a big statement on it. They said, though, a rollback is currently ongoing, and afterwards, extensive quality control tests will be executed to ensure the integrity of accounts and effectiveness of changes. The team's...
Yeah, fucking right. I'm tempted to make a hackers reference. Why not? Go ahead. I don't give a shit. But, like, the fact that you're having the people that run the Rainbow Six Siege team talk about this instead of Ubisoft addressing it tells me everything. Ubisoft, you're fucking cowards. You're fucking cowards, and you're thieves. Period.
Is focused on getting players back into the game as quickly as possible. Please note that this matter is being handled with extreme care, and therefore, timing cannot be guaranteed. We will provide another update as soon as we know more. Thank you for your patience and understanding, which does not address the core concerns that people have. This does not address exactly what is going on, exactly what is happening, and judging by some of the details we have heard, it is not good. The first group accessed user accounts and granted all players with 13 million in-game currency. Ubisoft is planning to reverse this. The second group accessed the servers and game code, banning as many players as possible. The third group claimed that they had stolen all information from Ubisoft.
Wow, so wait, there's 4 groups of hackers. 4 fucking, not just 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 groups hacked the fucking servers. Are you fucking kidding me? How in the fuck did you allow this shit, Ubisoft? Holy shit. All players with 13 million in game currency. Good luck with that. Servers and game code, banning as many players as possible. Claim they'd stolen all information from Ubisoft clients and other internal data, threatening to release it if Ubisoft did not pay a ransom. The hackers, but it's confirmed they didn't get it. Fucking hell. And the 4th group got a hold of the source code. What the fuck? What the actual ever-loving fuck?
Ubisoft clients and other internal data, threatening to release it if Ubisoft did not pay a ransom. However, Ubisoft sources confirmed that the hackers did not gain access to the personal data, such as passwords or bank details. Apparently, the 4th group claims to have accessed Ubisoft source code and parts of its multiplayer game for a brief period, just long enough to obtain sensitive information. This claim has not yet been confirmed, but the hackers reportedly confirmed that they had a 2-hour backup file before the attack, meaning everything will be reverted to its state from 2 hours prior. The Rainbow Six hack was allegedly used as a Trojan horse, serving as a distraction while the attackers attempted to access servers and steal source code from several games. So we do not have a lot of confirmed details at this point, but judging by the year that Ubisoft has had, this could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. This right here.
Yeah. I would say people stop fucking giving Ubisoft money. I only did it because I was paid to do it. I made a good chunk of change off of it. But, like, what the fuck? Just literally, guys, what the fuck?
Could be a massive scandal for them, and if I was an investor, I would be panicking right now because they have had problem after problem after problem. They have pushed customers away, begged customers to come back. They've canceled their DLC plans for games like Assassin's Creed Shadows. None of their other titles are alive or successful, and really, it looks like this could be the end for Ubisoft. Skull and Bones was
I think this is all we really needed from this. Holy shit. This was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be. It's a whole lot worse than I thought it was going to be. Like, holy shit. And of course... What's up, Mario? And of course... Glad you like it, Mario. Glad you've been able to enjoy it. Looks like we're starting off with X-Fault. It's our first, lol cow that we are going to be tipping today. Xbox fanboy's desperation reaches all-time high. We're gonna get through as much as we can get through this, but be very aware I'm probably gonna shift off and go to the next thing, because this guy and like many other of these little console fanboys like to circle the drain and say the same shit over and over and over again and not add anything to it. So when I start feeling like it's looping, I'm gonna go to the next thing. Got it? Got it. Good.
30%. Tough decisions have to be made. Now, the one thing that I really, really want to point out here is that Phil Spencer has been vilified through all of this. I personally believe that Phil is probably the reason Xbox still has a soul today.
What? I'm not sure about that, because there are quite a few people that disagree. X-Bald indeed. X-fucking-bald.
If Phil Spencer was gone, Xbox would be just a robot org that would be just making decisions purely based off of a balance sheet, and he is probably the last little bastion of a soul of Xbox that exists inside the gaming community in Microsoft.
Okay, you got plenty of clips. Okay, what's the point, X-Fault? What's the point? I'm gonna skip this. I'm gonna get to when he shows up, because this is annoying.
Batch files, and in this installment, we're going to go over some past, present, and what we're looking forward to in the future in regards to the Xbox fanboys, how they were wrong, currently are wrong, and they're going to continue to be wrong. So, without further ado,
let's watch him do the dumbest shit. Let's watch him absolutely shoot himself in the foot like he does every single time we've looked at any of the games that any of the videos that he's put out. I want to go play Persona so bad right now. I want to go play this Persona 5 so bad right now. That's all I really want to do. I'm not kidding.
Let's go ahead and jump to it. All right, so like I said, we're going to do is get right to the plot, right to the theme, right to the meat of the matter here, and we're going to start off with a good one here. I like the information.
Right to the... I highly doubt that. Oh, I know he did, Red Chaos. I know he did. What is this exactly? That's why I skip it. Because why? Just fucking why? Just fucking why? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't get it. This guy is just a fucking nutcase. Like, I'm so over anything that he has to say. Yeah, no. Let's listen to whatever horse shit you have to spew right now.
And I like the burn by Mikey Barr at the end here, but let's take a quick look here. This is from Brap, posting and stating, I've been on gaming Twitter for 12 years. One thing that hasn't, bless your soul at this point, right, hasn't changed is the subset of Xbox content creators and the pundits consistently reshaping the narrative. In order to match whatever Xbox says next, it's disingenuous. No.
Okay, but are you going to say the same thing about the fanboys and content creators that do that with Nintendo and PlayStation 2? Are you going to do that? No? No? Oh, hey, then shut the fuck up. Hypocrite.
Accountability, no correction, just a fresh spin to justify missteps and gaslight the public. Despite clear data.
Same thing that you and the other Sony ponies are doing. What a surprise. I don't know who Brap is. I have no idea. This is a lot of these people are new to me. So I'm sure I'll get acquainted with these people over time. But yeah. All this can be said about you and your ilk. All this can be said about your ilk, X-Bald. X-Cuck.
Data and market trends saying otherwise. This is an analysis period. It's only brand alignment dressed up as insights. If you're going...
Yeah, it's the exact same thing that you guys do. And
to speak on strategy, speak with data. If you're going to interpret market signals, own your misses. The community deserves better than punditry that shifts with every Xbox press release or voice track from Xbox leadership.
So do Nintendo and Sony. And your point being...
And I have to give my hats off here to Brap, because that's very well stated, very well said. I mean, everything I've been encompassing on this channel, talking about, but this is a good little summarization of what's been happening over the years from these Xbox content creators, these shills, frauds, and grifters that I speak of on the day.
And now we come at you because you're just the same. You're just the same. Only thing different is that you got a different fucking logo on your forehead. You look a different colored pair of ass cheeks.
Daily almost. So as Mike states here, if you haven't read ahead yet, they want their free codes and invites to events. Been there, done that. So
some people just like the console. Some people actually believe it. But you guys cope just as hard. You are no different. You're no fucking different. Not at all. There's no difference whatsoever. Holy shit, he's using a tweet from less than a month ago, unless he screenshot it several months ago. Probably several months ago. Actually, why don't we do this? I'm gonna go look up and see when this was posted. Just because I'm curious. I'm curious. When was this posted? I'm still looking. I'm still looking. I'm still looking right now. I'm still looking for this tweet right now. Na, 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 na. Sorry, I have to. I'm a musical nerd. What do you expect? Still not finding it, and I am in beginning of December. Still looking for it now. Still looking. Still looking. December 4th. Still looking. We're in November. Good afternoon, Astral. Still looking. Where is it? Yeah, this has got to be well for over a month ago, because I'm not seeing this. I'm not seeing that tweet. Shills, frauds, and grifters. Oh my! Of course, the words come out of his mouth exactly. The pot is so black, the abyss is telling it to lighten up. That's a good one. I wonder how these fanboys would have survived basic training. They wouldn't have. They wouldn't have. They would have bitched out so fast.
Mikey Barr just stating the fact there as well, like, hey, that's the truth of the matter. This is why. This is additional tidbits, and I've been there. I've experienced it. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Confirmed, right? And
You're gonna take one person's word for every single Xbox content creator? Because I highly doubt every single one of them is getting a code. Or invites to events. Some people talk about Xbox because they like it. Like Bruv. Bruv was talking about Xbox because he liked what he was seeing with it. Although I haven't seen Bruv in a hot minute since that big blow up with, who was it? I don't remember. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a hot minute. I'm hoping he's okay.
just I love to see it, because it's a little good burn. It's a good jab, because it's true. These frauds, shills, and grifters, and I know I use that term all the time, but I have to cover the whole basis, like I've stated before, but it just has to be stated, right? Craziness.
You talking about yourself? You're talking about yourself. Once console prices shoot up because of the RAM shortage, I wonder how the fanboys are going to take it. Oh, they're not going to take it well. They're going to take it raw, but they're not going to take it well. It's not going to be lubed up properly. It won't be. It will not be lubed up properly.
Craziness, pure craziness, guys. Delusion and the grifting is real. But let's continue. Now, John here, this is from December 24th, almost an entire year ago. I love the...
So why are you pulling up a year ago tweets? You can't find anything recent? You can't find anything recent? You just have to pull shit up that's earlier.
These owns, the gain isn't high enough. We're talking about Game Pass and how everything would come to PlayStation. He didn't believe it. The gain isn't high enough, and it would devalue Xbox Game Pass and the ecosystem. As experts in subscription and services, Microsoft will never do the whole slate. Never. And what do they say? Never say never, right? Satya knows this. They want Game Pass on PS5.
Yeah. It's the same thing for PlayStation. You said never. They're never going to put this stuff on Xbox. But yet, you're the same people who cried when Helldivers was put on there. Wham. Mega wham. Oh, we're going to see him multiple times today, more than likely, if we can get to all of it. But yeah, he's here. Pulling up, doing fuck-ass shit. Being a nasty-ass bastard, per usual.
Before that. Now, I had to block this guy eventually, pretty recently, because he just doesn't stop. He sits there and backpedals, doesn't own his misses like we just recently talked about, doesn't own the delusion or that they were wrong, just doubles down on it and states that no, the whole slate technically isn't there because we technically don't have Starfield on PlayStation, even though that's probably coming in 26 that we know of for the hard rumors. He's stating that, Avowed isn't there yet, maybe a handful of others, but, it's just one game after another. It's a trickle. It doesn't have to be day and date. The whole slate is coming, whether they like it or want it to or not, and then they, backpedal, the goalpost has been moved, now it's just a different direction for the industry, all this stuff. So again, that's why I wanted to share at the beginning, that little insert, right? Because they just shift that goalpost. What's the voice of the corporate and the corporation from the CEOs to everybody else, and what they parrot and echo?
psycho. This is what they do. They shift and turn on a dime. They're disingenuous. They're liars, misinformers, etc. It's crazy. And as we continue to go back to as well, right? This is just from October of this year, guys. Destin, do you remember this? Destin stating, "Don't worry, internet. I'll keep being brave enough to ask when and if the PS5 will outsell the PS4 console. You're welcome." Kind of an odd post. Kind of an odd.
Bro, why are you 100% like crying over like almost going on 3-month-old posts? Nah, wait till cars, washing machines, air fryers, microwaves, ovens, toasters, dishwashers, lights, TVs, phones, and much more go up in price along consoles. Oh, it's gonna be a fuck fest. It's gonna be a fuck fest. Real bad. It is gonna be chaos. Which is why I'm so glad I have Babs. So now I can say that the full slate of PlayStation is coming to Xbox X-Vault. Yep, exactly. It will, eventually. PlayStation started to do the same things that Xbox was doing. Last year. Beginning of last year, they're following their footsteps. I think the shit is gonna hit the fan for gaming this year and beyond. Oh yeah, it's gonna be a mess. And it's probably gonna get way worse before it gets any better.
On tweet, right? It's interesting because we do know that, according to statistics, that the PS5 will more than likely outpace and outsell the PS4 generation. Odds are, and the rumors out there, is that the PS5 generation may be going on an extra year or two before the PS6 comes out, even if it does.
No, we already know that it's going to have to continue because PS6 has been delayed because y'all are getting fucked in the ass by the RAM problem. The RAM shortage is fucking everybody in the ass. No lube. No dinner first. But you guys are just, oh, it doesn't exist. I don't see it. Doesn't exist.
Doesn't. We do know that the previous generation consoles, once the new generation comes out, does continue to sell because it's at a cheaper price point, it's more available, all that sort of stuff, right? And so for him to be so bold and be aforementioned wrong yet again, he knows he's going to be wrong. How do you sit there on camera or on social media and state such nonsense? And it's not because of
yeah. How can you? How can you? How can you, X-Vault? I'm done. I'm done. He's just talking about himself. I don't care about this one.
So over the weekend,
why not? Why not? Okay, we're gonna hang out with Klutzy. We're gonna hang out with Clucky. Top 7 games of 2025. We're gonna do some nice shit now. I'm over it. X-Vault has just made me angry. Just made me angry.
All doing today? I'm doing great because 2025 has been an amazing year for games. At least
it has. It's been a fantastic year, Klutzy. Also, I have to give a shout out to Klutzy because he allowed me to put that segment in for the salties. And yeah, my channel has seen quite a bit of growth, and for my standards, like since then. We're almost at 1,920 subscribers since that, like in the last few days. Like holy shit, guys. We're getting closer and closer to 2K. And even weirder, fucking Gaz followed me on Twitter today. I'm what? I'm flabbergasted. It feels like your girl is starting to make waves. I don't know how. I was in the Salties. I was on Salt Shakers on Friday. People that I've barely interacted with have started communicating with me and following me on Twitter. What? What is happening, bro? This has all only happened in the last, like, couple of months. My brain has not caught up yet. Up yet. Also, since we're doing the YouTube things, like, share, and subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, we're trying to get to 2K. Plug. Okay.
To me, and it seems like a lot of people as well, I've seen so many people say that this has been one of the best years for video games in a long time. Just all around, we got a bunch of great indies this year, tons of great AA, and even some AAAs managed to do well, and the ones that deserve to fail actually failed spectacularly. And being that it is now the final day of 2025, at least at the time that this is going out, I'm recording on the 30th, but being that the year is coming to a close, I wanted to look back on all the games that I played this year that came out this year, and rank all of them. And thankfully this ended up working out very well, because I played 10 games that came out this year, so this is just gonna...
You only played 10? You only played 10? Okay. Gar actually edited this time. Oh, yeah. Bro. It... Yeah, I was telling Klutzy when I finished it, because I finished mine, like, the day he told me what the result was for the category I had. And I was done in like 3 hours, and I was like, if I made these edits so quickly and got a good segment together in that short of a time, Gara better fucking have his shit together. Morning, Spectre. Like, bruh. Bruh. Also, lowest expectations. I don't think it's a matter of you asking to be on it. It's a matter of Klutzy asking you to be on it. Because I didn't ask. All I asked him was like, hey, how's it going? What's going on with it? Because he added me out of the blue on Discord. And then he asked me to be a part of it. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'm down. And now I'm going to bug him all year to get him to do it live. I will stream it my fucking self. I will do a Salties of my own live if he doesn't decide to do one. If he decides to stick with it being a video, because fucking hell, that would be hilarious to do something live. That'd be hilarious. It'd be hysterical. Like, tell me it wouldn't be funny to, like, have people come on, or they either come on or they submit their videos and I play them as the show is going on, as the categories come on. We talk stupid shit in the middle of it. Because there are definitely some categories that I think should be there that weren't there. I think it'd be hilarious. It's Klutzy's decision at the end of the day, sure. But he would make so much bank if he did it that way. Alex Stream give us good screenshots. Oh, I know. You guys are welcome for that. I got to see it with the cheeks out, so it won't happen, lol. Well, then I might have to do one of my own. Because I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be hilarious. And I'd help him set it up if he decided to do it. I would more than happy to help run that shit. But I think it'd be hilarious to do. I think it would be more fun and you make more bank interacting with the audience, doing it live. Too bad he stopped streaming. That's true. He also thinks that it can't be done. I disagree. I think it can be done if you do it too far enough in advance. Which is what I would do. Is do it way in advance. Is start planning that stuff. You use one of the screenshots to make something special for guards today. Naughty.
Gonna end up being a top 10 games of 2025 list. Obviously, the only rules are I must have played this game and it must have come out this year. If you don't see a game on this list, that just means I didn't play it. So feel free to recommend any games to me that I may have missed this year that you think I should check out. Also, for some of these clips, you're gonna see a Joe Hendry looking dude in the bottom right. That's because for some of these games, I had to pull clips from our streaming channel. Link in the description, by the way. Anyway, without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my top 10 games.
So Alex. Alex is who you're talking about. Hilarious. Our new Resident 2B and Cammy cosplayer. Only way it would is if someone was coordinating it with Klutzy. Which is why I'm saying I would do it. I would 100% coordinate it with him. I don't think you guys know how autistically good I am at, like, putting things together. I am autistically good at it.
Games and just the 10 games I played of 2025. Coming in at number 10, we have Mage Arena. Mage Arena is just a fun little goofy, I guess the term that's been widely accepted is friend slop, where it's your team of wizards versus another team of...
It's friend slop, yeah. It 100% is. I think it's really funny that people get so upset when you call something friend slop. I think that's the funniest thing on the planet.
Wizards, and you just basically go around killing other people with your spells and capturing flags. But the gimmick of this game, which makes it a lot more fun automatically, is you have to flip to the page in your book that has the spell you want to cast, and then you have to say the spell out loud to cast it. So you literally have to say Fireball, Freeze, Magic Missile.
What this is it's literally LARPing in a game. It's LARPing the game. Yep.
All that stuff. So basically the game devolves into you and your enemy staring at each other, jumping around frantically trying to yell a spell out and kill each other. And the game is fun for a couple hours, but ultimately there's not really many modes. There's only a few spells. It's a fun game to just mess around with for a little bit, but to be completely honest, I wouldn't go back and play it outside of if we were streaming it. So that's why it's my number 10.
Makes sense. It makes sense that he doesn't go back to it.
It just didn't really have me wanting to go back. Also, I've heard that public lobbies are just full of people screaming racial slurs, which might be a benefit.
Also gotta say, Alex gotta cut his hair. He's gotta cut his hair, bro. It's getting kind of long. Cut your hair, daddy.
Depending on who you are. So yeah, fun for a couple hours, but ultimately no real staying power. Also, I think the developer is already abandoning the game to work on the sequel, which is a little weird to me, but whatever. Coming in at...
I don't care how big your room is. I cast Fireball. Blank plus slop equals free content. Yes.
Number 9, we have Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Now, genuinely, if the campaign wasn't literally the worst thing I've ever played in my entire life, I might have actually put this game higher. But the campaign being absolutely horrendous, combined with the fact that this game has some of the most egregious, disgusting use of AI I've ever seen, means I cannot in good faith put this game any higher than number 9.
Honestly, would have been more shocked if you weren't at the Salt Awards. I wouldn't have been. I'm new to the game, and I don't do nearly as much... I don't put in nearly as much work as everybody else does. I do mostly my horror shit. 6 out of the 7 days of the week. I only clock in for a couple hours a week to do this stuff. And fuck around on Twitter when I feel like it. But I guess I've become, I've ingratiated myself with people that are higher in the pecking order. So, I guess I'm doing the right kind of networking.
Wrong. I've had a great time with zombies, and surprisingly, the endgame mode for campaign is actually really fun, but there's just too many problems to ignore. That campaign legitimately took years off my life, and I haven't felt that miserable playing a game, even with friends, since Redfall. And the fact that, like, half the calling cards are AI...
Ooh. The game is so bad. So bad. You compare it to Redfall? Ooh. I found good games to wishlist from your horror game trailer stuff. Fantastic. I love that for you, lowest expectations. I love doing those. It's fun. Sometimes I come around some real stinkers, but sometimes there are some gems that I'm like, ooh. Ooh.
It's just ridiculous. But the post-launch support has been very good so far, and it seems like it's only going to get better with time. It just sucks that we couldn't have this level of post-launch support for Black Ops 6, you know, a much better publicly received game. I'm not even kidding when I say I think just the launch for Season 1 alone had more content.
Oh, I've heard. Spectre, I've heard it's atrocious.
Like 3 seasons of Black Ops 6 combined. This is literally just a repeat of Modern Warfare 2 to Modern Warfare 3, where Modern Warfare 3 has a way worse reception and sells way worse, but ends up having way better post-launch support. Thankfully, though, Activision have said they're done doing direct sequels in back-to-back years, so we won't be getting Modern Warfare 4 followed by Modern Warfare 5. Thank God. But genuinely, if you don't mind the AI usage too much, and you're a big fan of zombies, I would say it's worth picking up this game on sale. Besides that, though,
I will never forgive Black Ops 7. I thought Modern Warfare 2023 was unforgivable, but Black Ops 7 made Modern Warfare 2023 look like Call of Duty 4. I'm pretty sure that's really bad. Mind you, I've only played a couple of the Call of Duty games. I don't play them anymore.
Yeah, probably just better to play BO6, or just, you know, not play Call of Duty at all. The only reason this game gets higher than Major Arena is because it actually had me coming back for more than one session. Anyway, moving on from Black Ops 7 to number 8, we have Peak. Peak is a great little indie game. I highly recommend if you have a bunch of friends to play it with.
I have it, I just haven't played it. I have it, I just haven't played it. I would like to. Yeah. I love to do, like, live streams with the community members, but I don't have time, and so many people are doing it in around the same time period. I don't know if that's ever going to be a thing that happens, but we'll have to see.
Then just buy it and give it a shot. It's a ton of fun. Not my favorite of the friend slop genre, but it's a game that does have me wanting to go back and play it, even when we're not streaming it. It's got a good amount of challenge and tons of shenanigans you can get up to with your friends. And I love that even when your friends die, they can still talk to you because their ghosts kind of just hover around you. And it can get really chaotic with everybody pressuring you if you're the last one alive.
I don't trust Activision's statement. They're definitely going to release Modern Warfare 5 immediately after Modern Warfare 4, which shouldn't exist either. I played it solo. It's pretty fun. Black Ops 7 and made Vanguard look fun. Ooh. I might have to play Vanguard. Depends on if we can get to that 2K goal, and I have to spin a wheel.
Which did happen to me multiple times. On top of that, this game unironically has, like, the best climbing controls I think I've ever seen in any game. For lack of a better term, everything feels very grippy. It never feels like you're getting BS by the game. Like, if you mess up, you know that it's your fault. I feel like there's a lot of climbing games out there, cough cough, getting over it, that rely on just bad and not fun controls to make the game really hard. Whereas with Peak, it's hard because you
yeah, getting over it is just rage feel. That's just gonna piss you off all day long, bro.
Actually have to figure out how to navigate the area, and you have to figure out where to go. There will often be multiple ways that look like they're the way you can go, but some of them could be dead ends, and some of them could be a way you can go, but they might be much harder than other ways. I'm just glad that the game is hard because of its level design and not because of bad controls. With that being said, moving on to number 7, we have RV There Yet. Are you starting to notice a trend?
I've heard that RV There Yet is very fun. I've played it a little bit. I didn't get very far, because doggos and issues with things going on, which is why I have a hard time being able to stream for long periods of time. I would love to stream a lot more for longer. Well, we've had some doggy-ish behavioral issues, and I've had to deal with that, so I haven't had much time.
Trend where a lot of these goofy little indie games are clumping up together, and then there's just BO7. It doesn't end here, by the way. The next game on this list is also one of those indie games. But yeah, RV There Yet was a ton of fun. And I think out of all the goofy indie games on this list, this one does the best job of having, like, an end goal to reach, and it does the best job, in my opinion, of making you feel like you're really making progress. And the game is actually really difficult, and that's great. You actually have to work together with your team to problem solve. It constantly keeps you engaged, and I love that. And of course, it's full of...
Except, it looks like all the salt shakers like to fuck each other over. Which is why you don't get very far, because you fuck each other over.
Those hilarious random moments. Like, for example, one time we were playing on stream, and we were just vibing in the RV, just kind of driving carefully, making sure we weren't hitting anything, and then suddenly a bear ran out of the woods out of nowhere, and we all freaked out. Some people were outside of the RV, but we just slammed on the gas and left them behind. It was hilarious. RV There Yet is a legitimately great game, and it gets even better once you...
I gotta release my top games video, just haven't had time to edit, as there's a lot going on my side. Understandable. One horror game I've been keeping in mind is PON. It's a game where a superhero like Batman is chasing your ass and abducts you. Never heard of it. That's interesting. Did you check out the horror game? I own it. Spectre got it for me for Christmas. He got it for me for Christmas. That's on the list. If I can beat all the last two Days Gone game, not Days Gone, Dying Light games, if I can beat Dying Light 2 and Dying Light the Beast before Res 9 comes out, I'm probably going to play that next. If I'm able to. But that's on the list of games to play. I've got so many fucking horror games that I need to play online, man. Or play on stream and do, like, gameplay footage of. I don't know. I don't know. I've got so much going on. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
To start modding it, specifically with the more players mod. Seriously, cannot recommend it enough. Just like the game in number 6, which is Repo. This is the last friend swap game on the list, but it's also...
Repo is fun the few times that I got to play it. It was very fun the few times I got to play it. I would play it again if I had the opportunity, for sure.
So definitely my favorite. I was talking to my friends about it the other day, and the best way I can describe Repo is it feels like the devs made their own version of Lethal Company, but then instead of keeping the game super basic like Lethal Company and just relying on mods, they added a bunch of stuff that you would think would be a mod, but no, they actually threw it into the game officially. Not to mention as well, I love how Repo uses its physics to its advantage, with how you can damage not only your valuable items, but also the enemies and your teammates. It might not be as scary as Lethal Company, but it's also clearly not trying to be. Repo clearly was made with the intention of having it be goofy. I mean, for God's sakes, your character's head bob up and down every time you talk. But honestly,
That shit's so funny. They're such goobers. The characters in Repo are fucking goobers, and I love that. But you are genuinely freaked out when those things show up. Holy shit.
I think the game really needs to try to be that scary. It still has its moments, but it's just so much fun, and I do think it does its, like, day progression system better than Lethal Company, because Lethal Company, there's always this impending doom where you know at some point the run is dead. You're not getting any more than, like, 10 quotas in maximum if you have a full team and everybody's super locked in, which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but I just like that with Repo, you can really just keep going. I remember when Repo first got popular, I saw this series where this guy played over 100 days solo, and I have no idea if he's still going or not, but I absolutely believe he could be. So yeah, I guess Repo is technically my friend slot.
That's a lot. Repo is the best out of the three, but I would put Peak over RV. Oh. Hey, whatever floats your boat, man. I've played very little of Repo and RV there yet. I haven't played Peak. I own it, though.
Game of the year. If you like Lethal Company, you absolutely have to try it out. Not to mention the devs are awesome. Moving on to the top 5 now. In number 5, we have Battlefield 6. Now, it's no secret if you've been watching.
I was disappointed to hear Alan Wake 2 wasn't as good as the first. Waited years for that. Yeah. Yeah, I had a lot of problems with that one. I never I started to play it on stream, but the visuals were so harsh, it hurt my eyes, and I've started to get migraines while I was playing it, so I had to put it down. Eventually, I need to go back to it and see if it's been fixed. But my hopes are not high, and I know that broke Spectre's heart because he wanted me to like it. Good morning, Power Boss. How you doing, my friend?
Watching my content for the last few months that I'm a pretty big fan of this game, and despite the recent controversies it's gone through, I still think it's very good. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things that need improvement. First of all, they need to immediately stop using AI for stickers, because that's yucky and they said they wouldn't do it. Also, there absolutely need to be more maps. There are just not enough maps in the game right now. I feel like this game is suffering from a similar thing that Black Ops 6 was suffering from, where the launch went extremely well, people were super happy with it, but then it kind of lacked in post-launch support. That's what it kind of feels like is happening to Battlefield 6 right now.
Yeah, if you're gonna launch a game like this that requires just support, you better be ready to have that support, like, in your back pocket, because it's going to kill your game otherwise.
Launch has not been the best. Also, I feel like gun leveling at higher levels needs to be a little faster, because it feels like you make a ton of progress initially, and then you basically just flatline. Regardless, though, despite those criticisms, I still have been having an absolute blast with Battlefield 6, and I think it's safe to say that the right shooter game won this year.
Nothing like going to sleep listening to Hellfire. Oh, you're going to sleep, Power Boss? Do I need to start calling you a good boy? Because I will. I would be happy to put you to sleep. See ya, Mustang. Enjoy your pizza.
All they gotta do is clean up their act on post-launch support, and I think we're gonna be eating good for the next few years. But I really don't know. With the recent death of Vince Zampella, anything is possible. I don't know if there's anybody who can truly replace him, so hopefully things work out. At least he can say the last game he made basically revived the franchise from near death. Think about it. He literally gets to go out saying that he beat Call of Duty, which is quite the accomplishment. Anyway, moving on to number 4, we have Split Fiction. This was probably the biggest...
I haven't played this. I have it. I love to play it with my husband because we played Take-Two together. Time for some Dommy Mommy ASMR. I mean, I think that would be fun to be a goal. Speaking of, I should have done this. There we go. There we go. If you want me to do Dommy Mommy ASMR, there you go. There's a goal for it. I'll do it for 5 minutes. We'll see. I'm about to go to bed too, lol. I'm putting everybody to bed, aren't I? I don't know why. I hate the sound of my own voice.
surprise.
Oh, but I was saying that hubby and I played Take-Two together, and we loved it. So I think we do need to play Split Fiction at some point. But we gotta finish Code Vein 1 so we can play Code Vein 2.
On this list. I did not think I was going to enjoy this game as much as I did, but this game kicks ass. The story's alright, but the main draw for me is just how incredible the level design and creativity is. This game uses the fact that it's co-op to its fullest extent. Not only does it have incredibly smart mechanics for each level that rely on you and your teammate working together, it's also filled with tons of great references to other media like Sailor Moon and Dark Souls. You can just tell that—
Dude, they got Sailor Moon references? What the fuck? How close? Not even close. It's on the screen, Power Boss. We've only got $5, bro. Not even close. Well, I have an excuse of being an overnight worker. That's true. That's true.
The people who made this game had a ton of fun doing it, and that they actually—
Also, yes, that makes a lot of sense that Split Fiction would be really, really cool when it comes to the co-op dynamics, because it was extremely important with Take-Two. Or It Takes Two.
Video games. This game has so much soul put into it, and I really cannot stress how creative some of these levels get, especially the final level. It will melt your brain in the best way possible. I pretty much have no issues.
Oh, I was just up all night gaming? No, it's not you. Oh, gotcha. Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense.
With this game, to be honest. And the fact that it's only $50 is the cherry on top. Like, absolutely give this game a shot if you have somebody else you can play it with. They don't even have to buy it. Only one of you has to buy it, and then the other person can download the friend pass. It's genuinely surprising and also kind of awesome to see the amount of great games that EA has put out this year. Don't get me wrong, they have their usual yearly stinkers, but Battlefield 6 and Split Fiction. Let's just say I didn't think that 2 EA games would make my top 5 best list. But with that being said, now it's time to move on to the top 3.
Still need to work on Code Vein. I only have a few weeks until Code Vein 2 launches, although I might just get it later. I'm probably gonna get it later. New year, new salt. That's fucking right, Joshua Moten. That's exactly right. New year, new salt.
In at number 3, we have Doom: The Dark Ages. I absolutely love 2016 and Eternal, so
I was very happy with Doom: The Dark Ages. I had a great time while I played it. Obviously, I finished up Eternal and the DLC for Eternal on stream before I did Dark Ages. So I was so stoked when I got it and played it on stream. It was so much fun.
Massively looking forward to this game, and I'm glad to say it did not disappoint. And I'm extremely happy to say it did not disappoint.
It's also one of the ones I 100%ed. And in Klutzy, you repeated yourself.
Took issues with the pairing and whatnot, but personally, I thought it was a fantastic addition. And I think this game really just shows how amazing id Software is at keeping the core idea of a game the same. You know, running through levels, killing demons, getting weapons and whatnot, but they're just able to do it in such a unique and different way each time. 2016, Eternal, and the Dark Ages all play completely differently from each other, and yet somehow they all feel like Doom. Despite Mick Gordon's absence, the soundtrack was still great for this game. The combat is incredibly satisfying as always. In fact, this game might have my favorite combat in the entire series, and it's just so good. I cannot recommend this game enough. However, I will say, this game definitely was not complete on launch. There were issues where the music would just not play in a Doom game, which is ridiculous. Also, the only mode available was the campaign. Like, we knew there wasn't going to be multiplayer, and honestly, I did.
Yeah. Dark Ages is an amazing game, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. Okay, Joaquin. Okay, Joker. But yeah, I loved it. I had a great time. I agree. The combat was so much fun. It was one of the games I 100%ed, and I did it on stream, because I wanted to. So bad.
Did not care at all. But if you're not going to have the multiplayer there, then you got to have something else. And the fact that the Ripatorium had to get patched in, and there still is not a Horde mode, 7 months later, is a problem. For $70, I would have expected the Horde mode to be there on day one. Also, this isn't really a major issue.
It's good, but I think Eternal is better personally. Hey, I like 2016 better than Eternal. So I get you. But I liked 2016 the best, I think, of the 3. I think Eternal was my least favorite. But I mean, it's all depending upon your personal taste.
So it doesn't really factor into my placement at all, but I just like to say, why do we still have no news on the DLC? I feel like it should have at least been teased a little bit by now. Then again, they probably spent so much time patching in stuff, it should have been there on day one that they haven't had as much time to work on it. Despite those issues, The Dark Ages is a fantastic game. I cannot recommend it enough. Although I will say, maybe wait for a sale. But if you're a big fan of Doom like I am, then just go for it. Alright, now coming in at number 2, we have Elden Ring Night Reign.
A lot of people like this game. I'm gonna take a wild fucking guess on what number 1 is. It's probably gonna be Expedition 33. Because I know Klutzy got a hold of it very recently, and he was in love with it. Like everybody else that I know who's played it from cover to cover. It's gonna be E33. It's gonna be E33.
The surprise announcement at the Game Awards 2024, that had me extremely hyped. And I'm extremely excited to say that, for the most part, like the Dark Ages, this game lived up to the hype. A lot of people give this game crap and they call it an Elden Ring asset flip and whatnot. And to that I say, this is the best asset flip I've ever played in my life. Also, I'd just like to mention real quick, this game is only $40 and 20 gigabytes.
You know what's really funny is that people who have problems with asset flips, Harmon, tend to have them in their games. They just don't want to talk about it. Oh, I wonder why that is. Hypocrisy.
If any other company made this game, I don't know about the price, but the game definitely would have been at least like 60 gigs. Just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, I think this game does a phenomenal job of taking the core Souls gameplay and applying it to a roguelike. Now, admittedly, it's not the best roguelike. There are definitely areas for it to improve in on that front, but progression is still extremely satisfying. Also, the characters having their own remembrances is great, and of course, all the Dark Souls outfits for the characters are awesome, which, by the way, you unlock by just playing the game and spending the in-game currency that you earn. There's no microtransactions or anything. And then the Night Lords, dude, for the most part, these Night Lords—
I'm actually still loving it so far. Haven't been able to continue because it's too busy editing. Hey, that is what it is, man, but you gotta get into it. You gotta finish it. Gotta finish it, and you have to try and beat Simon. Night Rain, the birth of me learning birds are terrible at direction, and that Spec has the ability to tell the future. I've got to play it. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? That's not it. Where is it?
I can see the future!
I don't get to use that enough. But that's Spectre.
Are some of the best bosses I think FromSoft has ever made. With the exception of like Noster and Augur, I would classify almost every Night Lord as just straight up amazing. And the Everdark variants just make them even better. And then of course there's the recently released DLC which added 2 more awesome characters. Please buff Revenant by the way. And 2 new awesome Night Lords. Now the new map, which is technically a shifting Earth, but I mean it is a brand new map, is I'm not really a huge fan of the new map. But I basically enjoyed everything else about the DLC for the most part. Also, I can't even believe I forgot this, but the inclusion of Dark Souls.
What about Pidgey? What about Pidgey?
Bosses is just so well
I missed that guy, by the way.
Especially now that we got Artorias and the Demon Prince in the DLC. So good. Obviously, this game will not be for everyone. There's plenty of Souls fans who aren't gonna like it, and that's perfectly fine. But me personally, I had an absolute blast. Although I will say, like Doom the Dark Ages, this game launched with some feature incomplete issues. There were no duos at launch, which makes absolutely no sense. Also, there is still no crossplay in a multiplayer game in 2025. Look, I know FromSoft is kind of behind when it comes to online stuff, but good God, is crossplay really too much?
Well, Simon is easy compared to the DLC boss? Probably. I haven't even played the DLC yet. No, it's something Spec said while playing. I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna say it.
I can see the future!
I'm still hitting the soundboard. I have to.
Much to ask for. Those criticisms aside, though, I absolutely love Elden Ring Night Rain, and I hope that they continue to do free and maybe even paid updates in the future. I really hope they don't let this game die just because Dustbloods is coming out. But yeah, that's enough praise for Night Rain. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get into my #1 game of the year, which I'm pretty sure.
I can see the future!
Yep. E33. Clean fucking sweep. Good shit.
We all saw this coming. That is, of course, Clair Obscura Expedition 33. I actually didn't play this game until very recently, mainly because I wasn't super interested and I had to clear out my backlog, which is still cluttered, by the way. But regardless, people were not kidding about this game. It is an absolute masterpiece. You gotta keep in mind as well, I am somebody who does not enjoy turn-based games, and this game still had me hooked. It's got incredibly fun combat, extremely good, interesting characters, incredible dialogue, like literally some of the best dialogue I've heard in any game ever, and any movie ever. Literally every location you go to is a work of art. And the music, dude, oh my god, the music.
Damn fucking right. Everything about this game is perfection. Everything about it. Besides, I mean, Act 3 is a little but that shit is amazing. Shit is amazing.
This game might have the best music I've heard ever. And I'm not even kidding, I don't think there's a single bad boss fight in this game. Obviously, some are much better than others, but I don't think there was a single time during this game, except for maybe once, where I was like, okay, this boss sucks. And I think the only time I didn't enjoy a boss that much was when I fought that one guy that you can only damage by counterattacking. I tried for a couple minutes and then I just gave up, but that's probably just a skill issue on my part. Originally, Night Rain was going to be my game of the year, but then I played this. And look, I put way more hours into Night Rain. I'm definitely...
You know what? I appreciate and I respect that Klutzy can say he can't get good. He needs to get good.
Going to continue putting way more hours into Night Rain. I don't even know about 100% E33 like I did Night Rain, but it's just too incredible. I literally have too much respect for the developers and this game to not put it in number.
Do it. Do it. 100% it. Do it. Do it, pussy. Do it.
For some of these other top entries, I still was able to find issues with them to talk about, but I'm legitimately struggling to think of any issues that I can talk about for this game. The only issue I can think of is it just might not be your style of game. And even then, that's not really an issue with the game. Actually, you know what? There is one flaw I can think of, and this is the most apparent one to me. This does not ruin the game in any way. It's just worth noting. Once you get to Act 3 and the post-game, it's a little unclear where exactly you're supposed to go and which enemies you're supposed to fight that are, like, at your level. So at least in my experience, there was a little bit of just wandering around the world, running into bosses, seeing how much damage I did, and then deciding if I could fight them or not. It's a little bit of a throw everything at the wall and hope something sticks situation.
Why are we... Is the DBZ abridged soundbite, like, causing everybody to like, talk about DBZ suddenly? Is that what the deal is? Also, don't talk shit about my boy Gohan. Don't talk shit.
But besides that, I have basically no complaints. Absolutely fantastic job. Easily one of the greatest games ever made. And other companies like Sony need to take note. This is how you do a quote-unquote movie game. But yeah, guys, with all that being said...
Alright, next. It's Frit time! It's Frit time! It's Frit time! It's motherfucking Frit time! Let's go!
Well, it's official. 2025 has come to an end. And so has Doug Bowser's tenure at
Bro, Frit, balance your audio. Balance your fucking audio. Balance your freaking audio.
Nintendo of America, I think. I don't know what the hell this guy has done, but we're going to talk about it. Now, I don't want to waste anybody's time, so if you want the news, I'm about to give it to you right now. But if you want a nice, little, beautiful send-off for 2025 with me and being all emotional, telling you how grateful I am, then stick till the end or just go ahead and scroll to the end, because I have a lot to say there, too. Before we close off 2025, I want to give you guys one more video, because, I mean, like, I just feel I haven't given you enough in comparison to what you have given me. So I will do my best. With that being said, you know the usual. Smash the subscribe button if you love videos like this, where I'm just hating on Nintendo, hating on Nvidia, hating on something. If there's anything I'm good at in life...
He's at 122k subscribers. Goddamn. Putting in the work, bro.
It's hating, because I ain't getting that much better at guitar. So let's begin. Earlier this year it was announced that Doug Bowser would be stepping down as president.
Balance your audio, Frit. Balance your audio.
of Nintendo of America. To which, you know, the news was received kind of well because nobody liked him. Surprisingly, the man still got, you know, thousands of likes in spite of the fact that nobody knows what the hell he ever did. His final year with Nintendo was terrible. But here's the announcement, and it's officially from him. Thank you, hashtag Nintendo, heart. Oh, Doug Bowser, president of Nintendo of America, has left his position after more than 10 years with the company. 10
Doing fucking what? Doing fucking what?
years. I mean, dude, here's Jeff Keighley's Game Awards Twitter account announcing it to the world like we're supposed to fucking care. Today is Doug Bowser's final day as president of Nintendo of America. Thank you. Thank you for what? For what exactly? Nobody can tell me what this man did. 2025 was...
No, I'm only seeing 122K. What I'm looking at is, I'm watching his video right now. I'm looking at his sub count. I'm seeing 122K. It would say 124K if it was 124K.
A terrible year if you're a real fan of Nintendo. Like, I'm not talking about the normies who all just gobbled up the Switch too.
See? 122K. 122K. Not yet.
Because they were going to anyway. I'm talking about real Nintendo fans like Arlo, Nintendine. Those type of guys who like Nintendo so much, they're willing to speak their minds about the company, which is taboo, forbidden in the realm of Nintendo guys. They do not like any negativity surrounding their favorite platform where, you know, they've got Mario, Zelda, and Metroid, and that's it. For more years than I've been alive. I mean, sure, there's probably some of you here watching this video who love those titles. You probably think they're the greatest thing ever. I would say they're overrated. I get a lot of backlash from that, but I mean, sue me. I think Nintendo games are overrated. Either way, we're supposed to bid farewell to this...
You're not wrong. Not wrong. I don't think there's really much more that he could say. What do I want to do next? Oh god, I don't want to do Harmon right now. I don't really want to do Tactical Templar either. Oh, I want to laugh. I want to laugh. I want to laugh. I want to laugh. This absolute fucking lolcow. This probably has nothing to do with games, but holy shit. I had to see what he's saying here. We know who Sun Grand Studios is. We know the absolute train wreck this guy has had in 2025. So his ass puts up a video that says 2025 is over. What should you do with the rest of your life? What? Okay.
Hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm Jarrell. I want to thank you for being here and spending some time with me today. It's the end of the year.
You're welcome. I'll fucking make fun of you all day long. I have no problem with that.
There's a few hours left in 2025, and then we've got the start of a whole new year. For many of
He destroyed his reputation defending Nintendo, then deleted all of that content, and started putting up videos of him having an absolute schizophrenic breakdown. And now he's back to this again. Did he go back on his meds? Because that's what it seems like to me. I know he's been back. I just haven't paid attention. Y'all should have the most cringe fanboy award, because SunGuard is winning that. No, there's others that are really, really cringy too. But, fuck. I'm gonna start putting shit together for that, for next year. The categories and shit. At least get categories together. Maybe some assets. In the event that Klutzy decides he doesn't want to do a live stream. Yeah.
Of us, this feels like another year has gone past. For people past a certain age, it probably feels more melancholic than it does feel celebratory. And for people who are younger, perhaps it feels a bit more exciting. I want to tell you the story of my most memorable and my favorite New Year. And that was, and it's hard for me to track down the exact year, but I was in my early 20s. This was in the 2010s.
How do you not know what the fucking year is if it is so important to you and it's your favorite? How do you not know the year? I smell bullshit.
I was in California, and it was one of the rare moments where I got to spend a lot of time with my friends after we had finished high school. And so my friends Thomas and Derek got time off work and said, guys, we've got to go on a road trip. Let's go on a road trip. And so we got in our Tacoma.
It feels like with how he's moving his head and how he's talking, he is lying out of his teeth. He is looking for, or he's lying through his teeth. He's just spouting bullshit. You would know this very well, and you know how to articulate this well if it was a story that you find precious to you. Coco Melon, brain rot, yes.
And we drove through California. We went up to Oregon. I said, oh, a good buddy of mine lives in Idaho. Let's go ahead. You guys want to hang out at Buzz's place for New Year's? And they said, yeah, let's go. We drove up there. We made it up to Buzz's place. They were already having a New Year's Eve party. It was New Year's Eve there. And this is in Sandpoint, Idaho. And it was cold, you know? And we had thermals and we had ski clothes. And as soon as we got there, this is way, way up in the mountains, you know? And we drive through the dirt roads. And I said, well, it's not paved, don't freak out. My friends had never been to a place like this before. And this is, in the country. And going through dirt roads. There's no street lamps or anything like that. And we see a little, you know, driveway.
Bullshit. Get to the point.
Like we pull through, and there's just towering trees all around us. We pull into the driveway, and you know, Buzz and his friends that were his family there. You know, there's family that you're born with, and there's family that you gain later on in life because you choose for these people to be your family. You're not related, but they're your family anyway. And we're there. And
they're called chosen family, dumbass. You could have just said chosen family.
You know, they hand us drinks. You know, they hand us drinks in plastic red cups. We don't even know what's in it. They said, "Here, grab this. There's your drink." They said, "We're heading out on the UTV, and you know, with a little vehicle that they used to drive around the mountain, carry tools around." And we look at each other. My friends had never spent time in Idaho before, but I had friends there that are family to me, and I said, "Yeah, let's do it." So
yes, you've already said this. You've already said this. Get to the point, or I am going to start skipping.
Little plastic red cups with whatever alcoholic beverage was in there. We hopped on the back of the UTV, and they rigged up a sled onto the back of the UTV, or a trailer, if you will. It's a trailer, it had wheels. And we drove away. We left.
Is it a sled or is it a fucking trailer? Homie can't get his story straight. Write a fucking script. Write it down if you are this bad at reiterating a story or retelling a story.
That yellow warm light of the driveway floodlight, and we just went up through the snow and up through the mountains, and we're climbing, and the only light there is the silver moonlight, and the snow coming down.
Boom, 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 don't. That's the only thing that's going through my head now. Stand By Me is the only thing that's going through my head right now because I'm so fucking bored. I'm not listening to anything this guy is saying because I know it's all bullshit. I knew this was going to be a bullshit video. That's why I picked it. Because, oh my god.
Was magical. It felt like we were in a snow globe. I'd never seen snow fall so thick and heavy before, and it's swirling all around us. And I'm here with two of my childhood buddies that never spent time out of, you know, California.
Get to the point. Actually, I'm skipping.
Teak. It had a featured wall that was teak and beautiful.
Yeah, okay.
Floor, and part of my heart that has never left that moment, and I keep that moment with me. It's something very, very special.
You keep that moment with you, but you can't reiterate or retell the fucking story to save your life. Oh yeah, totally.
To me. I think some people really get a kick out of the various mugs that I have here on the channel. I collect mugs.
I'm dreaming of a white Christmas. That's racist, you know.
I think they're neat. I'll explain to you why I have the mugs. I used to never collect mugs. It didn't matter to me. I didn't care. And this mug that I've got here, I really only drink out of this once or twice a year. But this is my most important mug. And this belonged.
It's your most important mug? Yeah, okay, buddy.
To Buzz, my friend, who lived up in Idaho. This was his coffee mug, and every morning he'd sit on the back porch and have his coffee out of this mug. And he passed away in 2016, and it was very, very difficult for me. I struggled with it.
I'm sorry for your loss. I will not make fun of that.
Terribly. And I didn't have the life experience, I didn't have the coping mechanisms to be able to deal with that loss. And it was a situation, I'd heard he wasn't well, and I'd rushed back to spend some time with him. I thought, he's well enough, we'll get to go on some last adventure, some road trips.
Notice the difference in telling and talking about this to his story earlier. His eyes aren't shifting back and forth as he's talking constantly. He's looking only in one direction. Usually when you're looking, I think it's to your left, you're actually searching your thoughts, honestly. Yeah, I was gonna make a joke too, but we're not gonna go after that. We are better than that.
But by the time my plane landed and I got to his place, it didn't turn out that way. And he died in my arms, and it was shocking, you know, and that stuck with me. And I want to
okay, I'm skipping this because I don't feel comfortable talking about that.
Symbolic, no longer using this mug every day, and I got myself a Pokeball mug, and I thought, well, this is something that I like. This is me, and that's a massive mug. You'll have too much coffee if you drink out of the Pokeball mug. And so I got that, and I thought, you know what, I may as well have fun with it. I'll explore and I'll see what else, you know, what else is me, you know. And I found cool mugs that were just fun and interesting. And it was a way for me to...
Okay. So, fucking what?
It's tough, you know, sometimes I'll open my phone, and just without even thinking about it, I'll scroll down to the contact, and I think I'll send a message, and then you sort of, you know, you think about it for a second, and you think, oh, shit. And in a way, it's interesting, because I haven't removed the contact numbers for my friends that have passed away.
Yeah, okay.
Hire me to do my best to keep going, to keep trying. And so I'll tell you what I want to do for the rest of my life. My goals are very simple. I want to be a good man.
Then what are you saying, what should you do with the rest of your life? Well, you're talking about what you are doing. Why are... What's with the fuck ass title?
I want to be a source of strength and support for other people. I want to be a good friend.
Not you, buddy. You're none of those things. Because you are a liar, you are a manipulator, you are a bullshitter. The look on his face when I caught him in his bullshit.
I want to push my abilities, my knowledge, as far as those can go. I want to find the very limits of my abilities, and then I want to find a way to push past those limits so I can become the best that I can be. Whatever.
Gay. 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 This is so gay. This is so gay. Fucking stop. Oh my god. My head hurts.
When it comes to playing music, composing, creating art, developing video games, writing stories, it doesn't matter what it is. I want to push my abilities as far as they can go. I want to find the limits, then push past that. I want to climb the highest mountain that I possibly can. I want to plant a flag at the top of that mountain, and I want to point to other people and say, look, that is how far I've gotten. Now you do better. You go higher. I want to inspire other people. I want to bring something positive to people. And I want to try to make other people's lives better in some way.
That's what you wanted to do before, and you fucking failed. And now I'm bored, and I'm going to the next video. I'm bored. I'm so bored right now. This is not necessarily... It's not necessarily gaming, but I was titillated. I needed to find out what this was.
Okay, after finishing
Netflix anime is garbage. I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you finish, but you're gonna be wrong. I'm gonna let you finish, but you're gonna be wrong.
Come on, I took a moment to look through a bunch of shows on Netflix to try and decide what I wanted to watch next. And yeah, everything I tried was garbage. You know, the Alexander the Great documentary. Oh man, gay shit right off the bat. You know, I watched a couple of other animes.
Gay shit like what? Gay shit like what? What gay shit?
Watch garbage. Jujutsu Kaisen garbage.
Jujutsu Kaisen is one of the most popular anime right now. Dan is fucking funny and awesome. If you can't understand that when you write books for kids, then you're retarded.
Garbage. You know, all that was shit. Like I tried to watch like I don't know Wasp, which was bad. Like there's just really nothing good on this service to begin with. And honestly, I'm already kind of planning on.
What? This guy continues. It is shaped like a bowling ball, Gara. This guy continues to have the worst takes, the worst media literacy takes ever. What the ever-loving fuck? That's why I said books. Yeah, quote-unquote books. Because holy shit. This guy does not know what good literature and good media is if it slapped him on his face and left a mushroom stamp.
On ending my subscription, but I did like end up watching like Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated, which is awesome, and I'm probably gonna try to get through that over the next several weeks. Again, I always liked the show, I always wanted to go back to it, but again, like I don't think I need Netflix for that. You know, like there probably just so many.
You haven't gotten through it because you're too busy fucking your Peach blow-up doll. Also, hi Gara. What's up, buddy? I'm already annoyed.
Many other avenues I could have watched this. You know, you're looking at like the selection of anime in particular. It's like sparse, bro. Like you're better off.
What do you mean? What the fuck do you mean? Dan's awesome. I can't wait for season 3. I want season 3 like now. Although I won't touch it again because it fucking hurt me. Cyberpunk Edge Runners was fucking amazing. Jujutsu Kaisen's Kakagurui is fucking phenomenal. If you haven't watched Kakagurui Season 1, Season 2, or the live-action interpretations of it, watch them. It's amazing. They're good. It's good. It's fucking good.
Going on like.
I mean, he thinks Harry Potter is better than Lord of the Rings. That's everything. Exactly. And he thinks Kirby would body everybody in the Warhammer 40k universe. Yeah, totally. I roll.
Amazon Prime, you're better off going to like Crunchyroll. You're better off like I don't know, finding some like.
No shit. Crunchyroll is the biggest subscription service for anime. If you want to find anime, that's probably the best place to go to. No shit.
Obscure YouTube re-upload. You know, I remember I watched like all of Hajime no Ippo on YouTube, like not even that long ago, back in 2018. Like I remember, you know, like it's just so weird to me, like actually being something Netflix, actually watching stuff, and kind of going through this weird like phase of like trying to find what's on there, and just being like, well, on one hand, there's a handful of exclusives I really like. You know, yeah, Pokemon Concierge was great.
Oh, he only cares about the exclusives. That's why. I mean, if he's talking about those shit-ass anime made by Adi Shankar, that he has a point, but I don't think that's what he's not. He hasn't named any of those. Fuck Crunchyroll, pirate that shit. Agreed, Gara. Agreed. He may not be wrong about Kirby. I disagree. I disagree. Put Kirby against the Tyranids, his ass is gonna get whooped. That's my opinion. There's just way too many powers at play that Kirby would just get demolished. I don't agree on that one. I think that's fucking stupid. That is the dumbest take ever.
I love Kinnikuman, but like, Devil May Cry Baby, I do need to finish, but like, as a whole, it's like...
Oh my god, he likes Devil May Cry. Harmon, if you're saying that you like Devil May Cry, I'm going to lose my mind. Actually, I won't be surprised, but I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to... He won't watch Castlevania because he's going to say it's woke. But somehow you like Devil May Cry that's can be just as woke in places. Grifting. Grifting.
Like, what exactly am I paying this service for? I'd much rather go, like, pay for something like Crunchyroll, which gives me, like, older, like, higher quality anime.
He's talking about Devil May Crybaby. I'm not sure about that. He said Devil May Cry. I can run it back, but it sounded like he was talking about Devil May Cry. I can run it back, but I'm pretty sure he's talking about Devil May Cry. Let's run it back, then.
I'd much rather go, like, pay for something like Crunchyroll, which gives me, like, older, like, higher quality anime, subbed, no modern dub.
Yeah, okay.
No thems. Like, I would rather just, like, watch these older sub shows than, like,
Hold on.
Pokemon Concierge was great. I love Kinnikuman, but, like, Devil May Cry Baby, I do need to finish, but, like, as a whole...
Devil May Cry Baby? What the it's... Originally started on Nintendo? Yeah, it did. Hold on. Hold on. So, he's got a speech impediment, is what you're telling me. So he doesn't know how to fucking... See, I think he's talking about both. I'm gonna assume that he's talking about both, because... Good God. Yeah, I'm gonna say that he's talking about both. He can't get his fucking shit straight. And he can't get the dick out of his mouth to talk and save his life. Just God. I'm gonna say he probably does like the Adi Shankar stuff. I wouldn't be fucking shocked. The original Castlevania was good, but Nocturne was not. Nocturne was not. Season 2 was only bearable because Alucard, my sweet baby angel cakes, was there. It's the only reason I watched it.
Whole, it's like, what exactly am I paying this service for? I'd much rather go, like, pay for something like Crunchyroll, which gives me...
Then shut the fuck up and cancel the service or pirate it. Why are you bitching and complaining? Oh, right, because you don't have anything else that's good in your life, and you're a miserable cunt.
Like, older, like, higher quality anime, subbed, no modern dubs, no they thems. Like, I would rather just, like, watch these older sub shows than, like, ever bother with anything made after, like, 2004, because, like, there has been a severe dip in, like, anime quality in recent years.
Like what? Can you give us an example of this older anime that you like to watch? Because I doubt you can come up with any.
I think a big part of it is just, like that manga just isn't as good as it used to be. Like, it's kind of interesting when
Are you stupid? There's so many manga out there. So many series that are out there that are phenomenal. What are you talking about, Harmon? You are media illiterate. This is why nobody takes you seriously. Because you talk out your ass like you know what you're saying. Like you know anything about anything. And we know you are just a walking, talking, recorded game new. Just, you're a walking, talking contradiction. You're a walking, talking hypocrite. If dumbass was in, they put a picture of dumbass in the dictionary, it would be yours. You're the walking, talking Dunning-Kruger effect. Seriously. Good God.
I look at like the selection because like One Piece is still and has been.
And many of them never get released in the West. Thank God for fan translators. Yeah, right. Exactly.
The dominant force in the industry since like '97. You know, like in Dragon Ball, I still watch. You know, like Naruto. As much as you know, as many problems I have with Naruto and Bleach, you know, at least they're actually appealing. They're actually funny. They actually have like some kind of draw to them. There's like you know
I wouldn't say funny with Bleach. Funny with Naruto, sure. Sure. Bleach, not so much. There isn't a whole lot of funnies in there. It gets very dark very quick. And this is why we gatekeep. Exactly, butt chug.
So people still like make memes and jokes about like things like the Naruto run and like the whole Rukia and Orihime thing. Like there's like Bleach and Naruto are these huge cultural milestones that even kids today still watch and enjoy. I don't see anybody outside of
Yes, because Boruto and the 1,000-Year War exist. That's why they're still being talked about right now. They're still being adapted. And there's a sequel to Naruto that's infinitely worse. He has to have an original thought to be a contradiction. I mean, I think his thoughts are original. They're just bad. And he's not... In Power Boss, he is a walking, talking contradiction. The reason why is because he'll say something in one video and say the opposite in another one. All the time. Constantly. The most recent example is Hollow Knight Silk Song. He's not a normie. He's not a normie. He's not a normie. He's a fucking weirdo.
Like hardcore weebs, like ever watching anything like Witch Watch or like Dandadan. Like these shows fundamentally have no appeal.
Yeah, they do. Dandadan is fucking hilarious. Are you kidding me? The intro song to Dandadan is one of the best that's come out in a long time. The characters are fucking funny. The story is interesting. And I want to know more. If you can make a fucking show about a kid losing his fucking balls to a demon and trying to find them and make it hilarious, bro. Dandadan is hilarious. I slept on that way too long. Way too long. That shit is so fucking funny.
They're not well made. They're not interesting. They're not well animated. Their premises are dumb. Like they hinge entirely on this on the most obscure, like the most mainstream Japanese fantasy ever. Is that like I wish a girl noticed me in high school. Like
that's your fantasy, dipshit. Nobody's noticed you. Nobody had a crush on you in high school. Nobody wants to touch you. You probably smell like BO and foot fungus and dick cheese. You are the least attractive person on the planet. Nobody wants to fuck you, Harmon. Just because nobody wants to fuck you doesn't make it our problem.
Absolute bullshit. Anime used to be about going on adventures. It used to be about becoming a better person. It used to be about like, I don't know, having these lifelong friendships and going into these like, becoming like stronger and stronger. Like that's what anime used to be about. But now it's like, oh man, that girl said something to me in class. I guess I gotta talk to her.
It sounds like you didn't actually watch it if that's what you took out of that fucking show. Also, grandma can fucking get it.
About UFOs, like, come the fuck on. Like, you have no creativity, you have no talent, you have no ability.
You wouldn't know creativity if it stuck its dick in your ass, Harmon. You don't know what creativity or originality or meaning is? Get fucked.
Ability to make anything that really like appeals to anybody. Like all you're doing is trying to appease weebs who just are too nervous to talk to a girl. Like that's
you. That's you. You have to make AI girls to make yourself feel better. You make AI slop of dangerously young looking girls to make yourself feel superior. You shouldn't be talking, Harmon. We have all this shit. We have it in 4K.
The situation of the industry right now is that it has become too hyper-focused on fetishizing women to people who just
I'm gonna lose my mind. I'm gonna lose. Can we hear that again, please? Can we hear that again?
Appeals to anybody. Like, all you're doing is trying to appease weebs who just are too nervous to talk to a girl. Like, that's just the situation of the industry right now.
Can we hear that again?
It has become too hyper-focused on fetishizing women to people who just do not talk to girls. You know, that's just...
Oh, it's even funnier the second time around. Oh. 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 Oh, I needed a laugh. Oh, I needed a laugh like that. Oh. 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 Oh my god. Harmon. Dumb fuck. Shit face. Yu-Gi-Oh smelling looking motherfucker. Ugly ass, never showers, head ass. You are talking about yourself. You're a weeb. I'm using weeb in quotations. That no girl wants to talk to. Who over fetishizes women, including younger women under the age of 18 in your books. That was the entirety of American Evil. Was fetishizing young girls. You seem to really like fetishizing the high school lesbian character. I have all this shit on in 4K. 1080p. You're talking about yourself. And you have no self-awareness. It's probably why you fidget so much. Because maybe something deep down in you knows you're talking about yourself. That's a really good joke. It's a really funny joke.
That's just the reality of it. That's just the core problem we're seeing with like modern shows and modern culture, honestly. Because this is the thing we keep seeing when it comes to like people who purport themselves to be like hardcore anime enthusiasts. You know, they don't talk about like good, well animated, like badass shows. You know, they hype up like.
I'm gonna listen to what he's gonna give as examples if he ever gets examples. I hope you give some good ones, because if you don't,
bullshit. You know, they try to defend a lollipop. They try to normalize pedophilia.
Harmon, you sexualize young girls in your book. The one book I read from you, and I know the rest of the other ones are exactly the same. What are you talking about? Now, I'm not stupid enough to full out call you a fucking PDF file. But I damn well would not be surprised if somebody checked your hard drives and found some shit on them.
Okay, they try and like unironically go with like the big bro thing. Like they are the absolute scum of the universe.
This entire video is you trying to play big bro. Guys, please. This man's has almost 2.7k subscribers. Does not deserve it. Why do I not have as many of those subscribers as that? This guy is a joke. This is a joke. You are a walking, talking piece of shit. Oh my fucking god. And we're not even halfway done with this. We're gonna do a little bit more before I'm gonna clock out because I am fucking exhausted.
Universe, and it really should be derided, not just by normies, but by like more serious anime fans in general. And that's kind of my view on it. You know, looking at this, you know, seeing like how I personally was gaslit by you know, these kind of like lolicons for a long time about this idea that it was...
Homie, I would not be surprised if you're a lolicon. I wouldn't be shocked. The thing that you don't seem to realize is there is a theme on the internet. There is a pattern on the internet. those who project the hardest about shit they dislike, quote unquote, tend to be the problem and tend to have that issue themselves. Amos-y. All I gotta say.
That was perfectly normal, that was acceptable, that was culture.
Wait, the PDF file actor wants to talk about exploiting children. I wouldn't say he's a PDF file. I would say the fucking weirdo. Because we can't prove it. He writes some weird fucking shit, but we cannot prove that he is a PDF file. I will not say that he is one. He's fucking weird, and I wouldn't be shocked if somebody, when they search his hard drives, because eventually he's gonna get himself in trouble. They find some shit. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked whatsoever. None.
If you don't like it, you can
Also, thank you for the 5 hero culture. I appreciate it. $10 closer to the VTuber model and $10 closer to having to read one of his books again. God fucking damn it. See, also, your average politician and political streamer on both sides. Exactly.
fuck out. Like, I come to realize that that's just not actually true, because these moe shows, they are not well made. They are not well produced. They do not have engaging, like, storytelling. They're not, like, fun to watch. The only reason you would ever...
You don't care unless it has something to do with your precious Nintendo. Anything else you don't give a shit about. He's a hell of a major creep, I'll say that exactly. I will say he's a fucking creep. He's a freakazoid. He's a goddamn disgusting piece of shit. But I'm not gonna call him that, because I'm not fucking stupid enough to do it. And I can't prove it.
Ever watch one is if you fetishize underage girls. And that's just the reality.
Harmon, need I remind you, lest I remind you, most of your book was fetishizing underage girls. Talking about them getting raped. By teachers. By random cult members that inhabit the town. You are just as guilty of that kind of shit as lolicons. You're just as guilty. I lump you in together.
Of it. You know, when I look at something like Witch Watch, I don't see, like, this, you know, compelling romance between, like, childhood friends, like, with their own interesting, like, you know, perspectives and, like, their own differing experiences.
That's because you don't know what love is like and you've never experienced it. You can't identify, and you can't identify with something that you've never had happen to you, because nobody loves you. I don't think your mom loves you either. Nobody. Nobody. I repeat, nobody.
Experiences and how they come together, you know, like something like, you know, Bad Title's Origins and stuff, as an example. Like, you don't have, like, this good, well-written romance. Like, you have this, like, weird fetishization of the idea where, like...
Harmon, your romance in American Evil between your main characters is they meet while they are, like, 13, 14. They have no chemistry with each other whatsoever, and then suddenly out of the blue, halfway through the fucking book, American just goes, "Hey, you want to get married?" "Yeah, sure." And then you hint at them having sex. Tell me, what does a compelling romance look like? Because I damn well know you can't.
The teenage girl is just like, "Oh, we're gonna be living together, and I'm gonna have all these fantasies about you, and, like, it's gonna be my entire identity, and I'm not gonna have any real interest out of this vague idea that I'm gonna help you." It's like, it's shocking how, like, you know, we watch Bleach, okay? You know, Orihime has a thing for Ichigo, right? You know, obviously. You know, they're obviously gonna be together, you know, that was obvious from the onset, right? Like, you look at, like, characters like...
No, it wasn't obvious from the outset. You wanna know why? Because everybody was thinking that Rukia was gonna be with Ichigo. It was a love triangle with Ichigo, Orihime, and Rukia. That was huge all over the internet. And then there was another love triangle with Ichigo, Rikyu, and... What's his name? My boy. What's my boy's name? God fucking damn it. What's his name? Red-headed hottie. What's his name? Renji. Tell me you don't understand media and you have no media literacy without telling me. I'll give him a little bit longer because I'm about to tap.
And she has, like, other things going for her, you know, her unique powers, you know, her relationship
You just care because she's got big tits.
other characters, you know, her fun personality, you know, you know, it's interesting watching Witch Watch because, like, the girl in it, Nico, it feels like she's like a Temu or a Hime in that sense, where it's like the same archetype, where she's like kind of an airhead, who's like sweet to everyone.
Yes, that's an archetype. That's an archetype within any media. Why do you think I make fun of the fact that I'm blonde? I'm a natural blonde. I make blonde jokes and make fun of myself all the time because I forget shit. I literally will go into a room, I've done it this morning, where I go into a room for something, completely forget what I was going to go get, leave the room and go, oh, that's what it is, and go back again. I am a blonde woman. I know what the airhead archetype is. The fact that you can only put it to Orihime is ridiculous.
Which is like, you know, something that Japanese people really like. But like Orihime is like a better executed version of the archetype. And like it's to the point where like if you're familiar with Bleach at all.
How? Elucidate. No? Okay, cool.
Like you would come away from Witch Watch thinking that like, you know, this doesn't have what I came for, what made me interested in Bleach. You know, like, you know, Bleach has.
They're different anime. Witch Watch anime. What is this? Yeah, they're completely different fucking anime. They're not even associated with each other. Like, what are you talking about?
Had like that, those kind of characters and those kind of dynamics, but it also had like, you know, the things that really drew people in, like the fantasy vibe, like the gorgeous artwork. Like you just don't see that out of modern series. Like
that's a lie. That's a fucking lie. That is an absolute lie. You are a head ass, dumbass, stupid ass, gay ass, weirdo ass motherfucker. And I'm done with your takes because you're trash and you don't understand what you're talking about. Is there anything else that I want to watch that's going to make me laugh before I leave? Probably not. No. Okay, guys. I'm exhausted. I had a good laugh. I am going to go clip him talking about fetishizing women in anime and how everybody's is just obsessed with fetishizing young girls because, that's you. If you guys haven't already, like, share, and subscribe. Pretty soon I'll be posting my daily video, which is a demo playthrough of, what is it called? I have it on here. I have it on my phone. Why am I? Tenebrous Somnia, which looks really fucking good. I can't wait for it to come out this year. I'm eating so fucking good this year when it comes to gaming. Holy shit. I might be back later to play some more Dying Light 2. More on that later. If I do, I'll let you guys know in the server. Thank you guys for hanging out. I appreciate you. I'll talk to you guys later.